Hi, I'm Monica Shah from Revenue Breakthrough, and I'm so excited to be here today. My mission is to change the money conversation on the planet for women so that we can actually make more of our decisions from our hearts and not just our bank account. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to generate more revenue. And today, I'm actually talking about one of my favorite ways to generate revenue, which is doing a sponsorship. Now, a sponsorship is when you go to a business event or a professional women's event or a trade show or an association event or a conference, and you actually purchase a table. And that table can sit in outside the conference, or that table can sit in a separate room from the conference. And tables can range anywhere from $200 for the table all the way up to $10,000 and $20,000 for a table, depending on how many people are at the event and the target market of the people in the event. Now, the problem that so many of you have told me about with your sponsorships, if you're doing them, is that you're not getting clients from them, right? You go and you do a sponsorship and either people aren't coming to your table, or if people come to your table, they're putting their cards in, but they're not actually following up with you after the event, or you're not actually able to set up conversations with people, from the sponsorship itself. So it ends up being that you don't get a return on your investment. And that's really unfortunate because it's a lot of money, right? Whether you're spending $500 for that table or whether you're spending $5,000 to that table, not only is it an investment in money, it's an investment in time, right? You going and spending all day long and the preparation for it, and maybe you have to pay team and support staff to be there with you. And what I want to tell you is that you can get a great return on investment from sponsorships. I've been doing it for a number of years, and it's been a huge tool, a huge marketing tool for me to grow the tribe of Revenue Breakthrough. In fact, I bet many of you that are watching this very video, maybe you met me at a sponsorship. Maybe I was standing at a table. So I want to give you the 4 C's of sponsorship. Now, this isn't comprehensive. This isn't everything I teach in my Rise Business Academy about sponsorships, because we would need a full 90 minutes and a handout for that. But these 4 C's are actually going to make things a lot easier for you. So the first C is all about celebrity. Now, what I mean by celebrity is that you want to have a banner. Usually it's about a 6-foot banner that looks, it's about this wide, that sits next to your table. Now, on the banner, you're going to have a couple of things. Maybe you'll have your headline, your title of your business, some other information about your business. But one of the most important things that makes the celebrity piece about your banner is a picture of you. Now, I know a lot of my entrepreneurs say to me, but Monica, I don't want a picture of me. The last thing I want is a 6-foot picture of me. And I totally got you, because I didn't want that either. But I'll tell you what, I went to a sponsorship and I made this mistake. We had a beautiful banner and we had a picture of a tree because we were doing some imagery about a money tree, and we didn't have a picture of me on the banner. And so every time someone came to the table, and let's say my assistant was at the table, they'd be like, "Oh, are you Monica Shah?" Or if I was in the room at the sponsorship, they wouldn't recognize me as being the woman that was standing at the table, or the woman that is Monica Shah. And I'm not saying that I want to be a celebrity or that I want the spotlight, but the truth is that when you're paying $3,000 for a table, you want people to know that you're a leader in the room. It automatically positions you as somebody that people should go and talk to. So there needs to be a picture of you, because you're not always going to be glued to that sponsorship table, so that they can start to associate, oh, that's her name, that's her picture, and that's the sponsor, and then they can automatically start to associate with you, with the leader that you are, for being a sponsor. I know it sounds silly, especially for those of you that are a little bit more introverted and quiet, but it makes a huge difference in the effectiveness of your booth and the number of cards and connections and conversations that you're going to set up, and ultimately the amount of money that you're going to make from that booth. So celebrity is the first C. The second C is collection. And what I mean by collection is when people come over to your booth, you want to collect their business cards. Now, a lot of times they come over to your booth and they don't have their business cards out, or they're not necessarily expecting to have you collect their business cards, or in some cases they don't even have business cards. So one of the ways to do that is you want to have a raffle gift on your table. And what you would do is you would just say, hey, would you like to join the raffle? Go ahead and put your business card in, or if you don't have your business card, we have little raffle slips where they can put their name and their email and their phone number in the raffle so that you then have them. And the beauty of this collection piece is what you're doing is you're collecting those names to then put them on your newsletter mailing list and to be able to nurture them and build a relationship with them. And people ask all the time, like, do we need to let them know that we're going to put them on the mailing list? And the answer, yes, you do. And the way you can say that is whatever your raffle sign is, like if it says win $100 in the raffle or win an Amex gift card, you would say win an Amex gift card plus get registered for weekly tips. Right? That's how you're letting them know that they're going to be put on the newsletter list as well. So that's collection. The second is conversation. Now, conversation means actually being able to converse with someone at the booth about their particular problem. Now, the reason that this is important is I've seen way too many sponsorships where people at the booth come up to you and it's like you don't have a hook into talking about the thing that's going to make them want to work with you. So, for example, when people come up to my booth, I'm a business person, I want to talk to them about their business, but there's not always like an easy way, and not just like the surface level stuff about their business, but I want to find out, like, are they struggling? What challenges are they having? Because that's how I'm going to be able to make a connection that maybe I can help them. But it's hard to do that, especially if you're just sort of having surface conversation with everybody that comes to your booth. Like if you're just talking about like, how's your business? And they're like, great. And then they walk away. If you're a health person and they come up and it's kind of weird to be like, well, how's your health? And people just be like, oh, it's good. And then they'll walk away. And you're not like sort of getting to like the heart of where people are struggling. And if you don't get to the heart of where people are struggling when you're standing at this sponsorship booth, chances are you're not going to actually get clients from it. Because people need to understand, like they need to get they need to first be aware of their problems, and then they need to be aware that you're a potential solution to their problems. So how do you bridge that gap, right? Like what do you do? And one of the things I love to do is to create a physical gift. Now, a lot of people do physical gifts at booths, like things like pens or pencils or cups or magnets or stress balls, like tchotchkes. And that's a way to sort of attract people in, and then they get one of your tchotchkes, and then they keep your tchotchke, and then they have your branding in their house. But the thing is I think all that stuff is garbage. I really do. I mean, if most people don't even save that stuff. And as a small business owner, it's not like you're Coke or Pepsi. The last thing you need to do is spend a bunch of money on having like things that are just thrown into people's garbage cans or where they sit around the house and people don't even look at them. So what you want to create is a gift, a physical gift that actually creates a connection or creates a conversation with people. So for example, one of my clients has her own method of physical therapy and body work and anatomy. And she teaches this method to yoga teachers and massage therapists. And her free gift was a magnet on the 7 different points to go through to make sure that you're standing correctly. And what she would do is people would come up to her booth and she would tell people that she works on anatomy and physiology, and then she would go through the 7 points of making sure they were standing correctly and do like an audit on their body. And that opened up the conversation to, oh, I've had this injury, or I've had that injury, or I want to learn more about this. And she would literally be able to open up conversations and like be able to tell who would be a good client on the spot. And there were even moments when she signed people at her booth because they really got into it. And people really loved her magnets and would take them up and put them up on her refrigerator. Another one of my clients, Dana, she had an amazing free gift that I love. She's a psychic and a healer, and she helps people sort of uncover their intuitive gifts, and she helped entrepreneurs stop self-sabotaging through healing, right, and psychic work. And so what she did is she created a magnet. It was an 8.5 by 11 magnet that had all the chakras on it, and then mantras for each chakra, and it was really beautiful. And then she had a mantra at the bottom, and and what she would do with people is she would sort of do a reading of their mantras when they came to the booth, and then give them the magnet. And like literally people raved about it. Like tons of people have her magnet on their refrigerators right now, and they're using them every day. So you want to think about like a gift that creates engagement. And it's different for every business owner. This is things that I help my clients with all the time in my Rise Business Academy. People ask these questions because it's a little bit hard to think about this on your own, but you get the idea, right? You want something that is about your business that's going to open up conversations about your business. And the fourth C is all about connection. Connection is setting up conversations with people so that you can talk to them after the event. And the trick here is that so many people do these sponsorships, and instead of setting up conversations at the event, they like have people put their name and email in and like tell them if they're interested in talking to them. And then they try to connect with people after the event to set up those conversations. And after the event, nobody responds. I'm sure, if you're somebody that's watching this and you've done a sponsorship, I'm sure you've experienced that because we've all made that rookie mistake. But really what you want to do is have a piece of paper out, and you want to have the day. So if it's like Tuesday, you would say Tuesday, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Wednesday, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And they literally sign up for a date and a time to have that conversation. And then you give them a reminder card that they can take with them. And that is going to make sure that you actually make the connection. So again, the 4 C's, right, are collecting cards, right, and making sure that you collect those cards. Celebrity, making sure you have a banner with your picture on it. Conversation, making sure that you have a gift that encourages conversation. And connection, making sure that you set up sales conversations, like exact sales conversation spots with people on the spot at the event. These 4 strategies are going to make your next sponsorship so much better. And sponsorships, by the way, are a brilliant way to be able to generate more sales conversations and to be able to generate more money in your business. In fact, I think it's the second way, only under speaking, to generate more money in your business. And my wish for you is to go out, make tons of money, and make this world a better place. And if you need to email us or would like to email us about your business, please email us at support@revenuebreakthrough.com. Thanks.